Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Reservations have been made, outfits have been picked out, but Sarah Schell is preparing for the holiday in a different way. Reporter Emma Milner has the story. Hello, and welcome to Carolina News Fastcast. I'm Mekyla Alvarado, coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, our newsroom is working across the U.S. to bring you top news stories every day. Head coach Dawn Staley is set to lead the U.S. women's basketball team in the 2020 Olympic Games. Staley is a three-time gold medalist, as well as earning gold serving as an assistant coach in Rio in 2016. That's right, guys. As the coronavirus continues to spread in the U.S. and abroad, you might be wondering what steps we need to take here in South Carolina to avoid a potential outbreak. From classics to more contemporary pieces, public art has been making noise in Columbia for over 40 years, including these drum benches on Main Street. Thanks, Nicole. I'm here in my home in Columbia, South Carolina, enjoying the clear skies and warm weather we're having. It looks like it's going to get a lot hotter before it ultimately cools down this week, so let's take a look at the lows for tonight. Thanks, Jacob. It's a muggy day here in the Midlands as we get ready for some storms coming our way. It looks like we can expect some thunderstorms and showers through Thursday night into Friday morning as a cold front moves through the Palmetto State. We do have a lake wind advisory that took effect at noon on Thursday and will continue until midnight Friday morning. Public art is experiencing a colorful renaissance around Columbia. The number of murals and sculptures are growing, displaying the history and future of the Midlands. The City of Columbia defines public art as enduring original artworks of the highest quality. While some pieces are donated by the artists, many of them are paid for by private sponsors and public funding from arts nonprofit One Columbia. Executive Director of One Columbia, Lee Snellgrove, says murals and sculptures are influencing the city's culture.
I think that Columbians are excited to see this stuff happening. I think it is a sign that there's a vibrancy to the city when public art is added. It really beautifies the space. It sends a certain message about what we value in a certain space.
Some of the pieces recognize communities coming together, and some of them are for the love of creating. Tiara Taylor, a Columbia resident, enjoys watching new works of art being created near her home in 5 Points.
He came about 2 Saturdays ago, and he's been doing the mural ever since behind me, and it's just been really cool to be a part of it. So now we have our own stock just in the progression of 5 Points and Columbia as a whole.
From classics to more contemporary pieces, public art has been making noise in Columbia for over 40 years, including these drum benches on Main Street. While some interactive works, like Eileen Blythe's sculpture titled Hanging, are long-lasting, other forms of public art need more TLC. Columbia native Blue Sky's tunnel vision was first introduced to the Soda City in 1975. Because of its popularity, it gets touch-ups and additions by the artist, keeping it vibrant instead of fading with history.
It's an art which comes and goes. You see it one day and a few years later, it's gone.
In a world that's constantly changing, public art is a way to ensure that Columbia's culture never busts. For Carolina News, I'm Mekyla Alvarado. Hours ago, the Senate voted 40-4 to approve an education bill with a lot of revisions. After 8 weeks of debate, S. 419 was read for a third time before the bill was sent to the House. The senators have been debating hundreds of amendments to the bill for over 2 months. The legislation would push for things like expanding scholarship enhancements and duty-free time for teachers. Many senators in favor of this bill spoke on the progress the amendments would make.
There are great wins in here for children from 4 years old all the way to teachers who've been in the profession for a long time.
But some senators don't think it's meeting the needs of educators. It fails to address issues like reducing class sizes and giving teachers control of school start dates. Senator Mike Fanning is one of 4 that voted against the bill.
It was a solution to problems that don't exist in the classroom, and it didn't offer any solution to the problems that exist in the classroom.
However, there are still big strides that legislators hope to make regarding other issues that educators are facing in South Carolina.
This is just one step. We have a lot more to do. We recognize we have a lot more to do, and we're going to keep working on it.
The bill is on its way to the House, where it will face further discussion. For Carolina News, I'm Mekyla Alvarado. That's right, guys. As the coronavirus continues to spread in the U.S. and abroad, you might be wondering what steps we need to take here in South Carolina to avoid a potential outbreak. Governor McMaster held a meeting with state leaders earlier today on what we know so far.
Worldwide of a respiratory illness called
McMaster and DHEC addressed the state this morning to answer concerns regarding the spread of the coronavirus.
Part of our mission is prevention, but the other part of our mission is education.
McMaster said the virus is not airborne, but spread by droplets in the air from people who have the illness.
The main way to kill this virus, if it is present, is how? Not with some dramatic chemical, not with radiation, not with the atomic bomb, but with warm water and soap.
South Carolina can now perform lab tests through the CDC instead of sending samples to Atlanta, although this has not yet been necessary. Dr. Brandon Traxler of DHEC recommends saving masks for healthcare workers and those who may need them in the future.
It feels and looks just like the regular flu, but of course it's something new, it's something different. This is another new thing, but it's so easy to protect yourself, and we hope we don't have any cases in South Carolina.
Again, there are no confirmed cases of the coronavirus in South Carolina at this time. To look at updates as DHEC gets more information, go to scdhec.gov. Back to you in the studio.